I was wondering what kind of shapes QR codes can have, because I think I've seen a bunch of examples like this. It seems like there's a bunch of different types of dots you can use in a QR code. So I'm curious what is actually needed to create a QR code. Like, and also they have weird patterns. Like, are these calibration points? And how can they be so different? Actually, is this an AI image? It might be. Let me just try to scan one of these and see if they actually work. But this one is actually very different. No, I cannot scan this one with my phone. So this is not a valid QR code. What about this? This is a QR code, yeah. And also look, the calibration points are not perfectly square here either. So what I want to do is to find out what's the minimum amount of detail you need for a QR code. Not sure how to search for it either. Oh damn. All these are like slop. Yeah. I think we might have to try Google. Yeah. What are QR codes? Who created them? Let's see, we can take English, sure. We can go dark mode. So, 94. Type of error correction? Yeah, I know there's some kind of error correction. This is the most stereotypical appearance of a QR code. Like really, it's basically a grid, just black and white pixels. 4 standardized modes of encoding: numeric, alphanumeric, byte to binary, and kanji. Nice. Yep. Oh, here we go. The standards. The structure of a QR code. Format. Oh, damn. I didn't know there was so much stuff. So in the blue field, you can see what kind of version. Quiet zone. Like just white pixels or something. And these are like the alignment. No, here they call it position points. Interesting. And here are alignment. Oh, are those always present? I haven't thought of them. And the gray area is the actual data and error correction. So which one is used? There's so many standards. Is it maybe this one? That's the ground truth for everything, and everything else is extensions, maybe? ZXing. Interesting. Is that like a good authoritative source? Yeah. What? That's weird. QR code in a gravestone. The sign, maybe. Yeah. This is probably what we're looking for. Yeah, there's different levels of error correction and they can encode the same data, I think. Version 40. Mode, so it can be kanji. Input characters. Version 1 up to 40. What? There's 40 versions of QR codes, really? Is that what they're saying? No. I don't know what this parenthesis is actually saying. binary. Numeric only. What the heck is... Okay, so version 1. Is that one still in use? Like, can people scan that? Or... Because they don't have the alignment points they mentioned. Here I can actually see there's an alignment point. I think that's what it is. And here too. Yeah. And here too. And here. And here there are multiple. Okay. So if it gets big enough. Tracking boxes. So this is really weird. No, okay, it wasn't weird artifact. Just I thought it had like a weird pattern here, but that was just aliasing or something. Yeah, that's really much stuff here. Yeah, error correction. I guess that's what makes this kind of stuff possible. But that's not exactly what I'm interested in. And I'm interested if we can modify the shape of the pixels here. So I don't think I care about error correction, but maybe this is part of error correction. If you can decipher like a circular pixel. Let's try to actually read this a bit. Because now it's talking about what if some data is completely missing. Like there is pixels here which are not visible. Now they're talking about a structure or something, but they're still just talking about square pixels. Oh, I didn't know there's a specific QR code for having art in the middle. Okay. RGB QR codes. Yeah. Damn. They did not talk about differently shaped pixels, which was what I was interested in. Do they call it pixels? No, there's no mention of the word pixel. What do they call these bits? What do they call it? The dots, the dot shape, shit. I don't think they discuss it. Dot shape in QR code, and I think we have to go with Google, unfortunately. Here's a Stack Overflow article. Let's do Dark Reader. Well, how do they know that this is valid? Can I scan this QR code? I can't scan it with my default app at least. Let me try downloading a... So I just use the camera app in Lineage OS. Maybe it's not as powerful or whatever. Yeah, I can't read this QR code. Let me try one more app. It was actually able to read it, so... Oh damn, so does it have to do with the implementation of the QR scanner? If it can scan these types of weirdly shaped dots? But how do you know what shapes is possible? Because in my head, the way this would work, if any shape is possible, that would mean that the QR scanner is like configured to sample in the middle of all these dots, maybe? So that when it gets the data, it's just doesn't matter what the full shape is. It's just trying to find the middle of all of these, like a regular grid or something. But then again, how the heck can they use like fully circular calibration patterns? Or no, it was called the position element. How can they be circular? So weird. Oh yeah, look. This is interesting. They're using like weird squircle shapes. And that also works. This left one is having a bit... I can't scan that. Oh, I can if I zoom that bit. It needs a quiet zone or whatever. Now these are... Wow, they also work. So, the ultimate test is if we can generate QR codes that have like star-shaped pattern or something really weird. But I can't find any authoritative source on why this is possible. So I think we're just gonna have to try it. Let's just try it. So of course we're gonna use Rust. What do we call this? We're trying to explore what kind of dot shapes are possible. So let's just call it this for now. Right. I have found good crates for doing QR code encoding, because I don't want to get into that, how to actually encode stuff. Let's see. I think the one that's just called QR code is fine, but it looks to be updated only 2 years ago. And again, I guess not much has changed in the field. Oh yeah, there's some good people here. Sven Stado. Yeah, I trust these people with my life. Let's use this. Just QR code. 0.14 sounds good to me. And yeah, let's just look how to encode. Because what I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, it can output a bunch of different formats. It can output like a PNG, a rasterized image, but I don't think that's very interesting to us, because we don't want these square shapes. We want to customize it. So it has an ASCII output, which is actually kind of interesting, because then we can just read this and do whatever we want. So we could just take the ASCII output and then loop through all these cells, and maybe for every cell we draw something. Can also output an SVG. I don't think that's a very nice format to consume. Unicode string. I don't think that's better than ASCII. Pick. What the heck is pick? It's a DSL for diagrams. Never used it. Sounds kind of old. Yeah, it is old. Is that format? No, that format is not nice for us, at least. EPS, yeah. So I think the ASCII output is fine. I think that means we don't need all the features. Yeah, I think we can just remove the default features and... Do we want stud? I don't know. I have it. I don't really care. So let's just take it. So Yeah, let's just try to encode something. Let's just do this example. Huh? My LSP is not working? Something is fucking working right now. Oh. What did I read? Stood. Huh? What? There's no such thing as stood. That's weird. What version am I using? That's weird. I should maybe make an issue about that. Okay, I guess we just have no features. Yeah, that seems to build. Okay, so what does this code do? It creates a QR code with the data hello, I think. So, and what data format does it use? Because it said that there are multiple data formats, something about kanji or ASCII or how do I jump into it? No. Data shit. Yeah, here, the input mode is what I'm talking about. There's a numeric only. Then there's an alphanumeric, basically ASCII. Less than ASCII. Then there's just full binary data. And then there's kanji and kana. So what input mode does it use? Does it maybe automatically choose something? Let me jump to the documentation. They don't talk about input mode. Interesting. Maybe I don't need to care about this. Maybe let's worry about that later and just assume that it's encoding ASCII or something good. It's a string basically, but it's just raw bytes. Hello. Okay. So, and this part is rendering the QR code. Oh, so it's a generic render. And it's a builder pattern, so you give it the dark color, quiet zone. Oh, that's the... Yeah, let's look at this. Seems to have worked. Actually, let's try scanning this. Surely this will not work. Because then I will be really surprised. No. I don't think you can scan this. And also then, my hypothesis could work then, because these have like holes in the middle of them. So maybe if they sample the middle... Oh! Wait! No? No. I thought I got it. No, I did not get it. So let's try changing the dark color to something that is filled in the middle. Let me get some Unicode block character thing. I don't know where to find that. Yeah, Wikipedia, sure. Oh yeah, can I just give it the... No, wait. Oh no, this is a slice of the Unicode, sorry. I'm looking for, what do you call it? Like a full block character? What's it called? Man, Quant is not so great right now, unfortunately. This character looks good. Yeah, can't I type this code directly into Rust? I think I can. I'm just curious. Rust Unicode literal code or whatever it's called. Ah, shit. Oh, I want to create a char from a... Oh, yeah, sure. Damn. That's the thing with Unicode. It's not necessarily 1 byte. Okay, fuck it. Let's just copy it. Yeah, let's just try to copy it. Maybe it doesn't fit in a char. I'm not sure. I'm too stupid. It did fit. Great. So we should be able to scan this, right? Yes. Works fine. Can you see here? It says hello. So that's great. What else? Can we take some different shape? Let's take an emoji. Is an emoji a char? I don't even know. Yeah, sure. Let's take the piano emoji. This looks really cursed. Let's try. I don't think we can compile this. Oh, we can. Wow. Wait, no, it's wrapping around. It's too big. Let's try to zoom out a bit. Whoa. Wait, it's seriously messed up. I don't think we can scan this. It doesn't even look the same. Interesting. Let's try to give it this thing. No. Cannot scan that. What I want to test, like something that has a value in the middle, but is very different from a block and a square. Yeah, a triangle shape basically. I don't think we can find it here. Yeah, this is perfect. Like a filled triangle. Does not seem to work. Interesting. Do I not have adblock on? What the heck? Danish? Get the fuck out of here. No. Man. So the fact that this doesn't work is worrying. Maybe my hypothesis is completely wrong then. There's an upside down triangle. Nope, not working. What else can I try? This. We should have confirmed before that this works because dots work. No, I'm not able to scan this either. Damn. That's annoying. That's annoying. What if we have a quiet zone? True. What's a module dimension? Oh, is it trying to take into account the aspect ratio of my font or something? Now this is weird because I know for a fact that you can create this dotted type of QR codes. Actually, they have dotted like data, but again, the position elements here are fully square. So weird. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have seen this type of QR code with the actual position elements or... Actually, I see now also that the alignment, like the line spacing, is a bit different because of the font size, I guess. Maybe I should change the font line spacing. I'm using the foot terminal, so maybe I can do that quite easily. Line height. I don't know. Let's try. Oh, it's really ugly, but maybe that's what we have to live with now. Yeah, now it's squished. And that's pretty much perfect, right? But again, that's very ugly for us. I wonder if that's the point of using this module dimension. That's what I guess. Let's try changing this. Nope. Let's just run it. Ooh. Remove the quiet zone, I think. Not sure if that will help. Wait, what did it do? Did it add more dots in the horizontal? Let's try going back. Yeah, this is really squished. I think this is what you get if you don't account for the fact that the font is higher than it is wider. 2:1 is, I think that's a common aspect ratio of fonts. So maybe that's where we get the number from. But what if you use 1, 1, so that every dot corresponds to one character, and then we run it in this squished terminal. I think it should be even more squished, right? Oh, let's do it like this. No, it still doesn't work. So I wonder how sensitive the QR codes are to squishing, because I know you can scan them from different perspectives. So aren't they resilient to that too? Let's just make this more squashed. Like, let's do no line spacing and just look at that. Oh man, I can't even see anything. I think I still know where I am though. This is too okay. Now come on, that's really square, right? I still can't scan this, really? Okay, let's go back to full block. Let me just copy it. This one. Come on, that's a perfect QR code. Yes, it is. Huh. So, what have we learned? It almost seems like there are like standards for different dot shapes. Like it seems like if you do these variants, then the actual position element also changes shape. Like when it's like a curvy squircle type, then it's like this. And if it's a dot, like a circle dot, then the position element is like this. But how do they know that? Oh, you know what? Do we maybe have to look at the actual standard documentation or something? Because they said there were like a couple of versions of QR code. Let's look at this. Yes. No. Standards. Maybe this one. But I think I've seen these weird dot shapes all my life, so they should have existed even back here. Because I'm scared that this will be too complex. But let's look at it anyway. Are you kidding me? I have to pay for this? What? Really? I thought they said it was kind of free licensing or something. How do you know how to implement it if you aren't able to read it? ZXing. Zebra crossing, okay. think I've heard of that. Can you please provide... Okay. It's a Java project. Oh my god. Of course, it's a Rust port. Actually, is that what the QR code is using? That would be pretty cool. I'm curious. QR code. What are you using? Just image them. So have you just completely implemented yourself? How do I jump to like the source repo? Here. What? There is a stud. I can't. I don't understand why it was like this. Oh wait. No, it's called QR code. I thought it was called QR code -Rust. Okay, forget about that. Okay, what are we doing? We're trying to find if there's any documentation at all about these dot shapes. Here's a documentation site, but I think it's just about the Java source code. Like, what I want really is to read the standard, like this. Why isn't the information free? But this looks to be really boring. Not sure if they will take, if they will actually discuss what I'm interested in. So even though it feels very caveman, I think we will just continue brute forcing this and trying to find what kind of shapes work. So let's find more examples online. QR code dot shapes. Let's do, yeah, no. Oh, I didn't see this before. Stack Overflow. This is a shitty question and answer. This is the one we saw before, I think. No, this is the one we saw before. And finder pattern. The finder pattern. What's a finder pattern? Finder pattern QR code. This looks like slop. What the heck is this? Finder pattern. The three large squares. Oh, that's what I am calling the position elements. It's just looping and filling dots. When is it drawing the actual finder pattern, I guess it's called now. Graphics dots. Draw finder patterns. Damn. Draw finder pattern. Draw a finder pattern circle style. So it's like acknowledging that now we're using a circle style of finder. And I guess the default is the square style. QR code finder pattern style. How do these people know this? Where did you get the idea that you can do this from? This looks like slop, but maybe we can find something here. Maybe not. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is exactly what I'm looking for, I think. The code points, they're calling it. Let's try this. What is this? This is not the same thing they had a screenshot of, right? This seems like slop. Doesn't even work. But this is really promising. The QR code finder pattern must remain in the position and retain its square shape. Well, obviously, not quite. This is definitely not square shaped. This is kind of square shaped. But okay. It's kind of badly written, but I think they're saying that the actual finder patterns, the finder pattern, or maybe the finder pattern is the collection of these three position elements. So what I'm reading is those have to be square, is what they say at least. And the rest, the dots, maybe can be differently shaped. Like, what is this? This is what we tried basically, using triangles, diamonds. So this is definitely AI written. Doesn't just ensure, it also makes smoother. Yeah, this is slop. But it might be something interesting here. I really wish I could get some good source for this information. But now what I'm a bit tempted to try, let's just look if we can find this. I can't find that pop. Oh, wait, here. Yeah. This is interesting. Look at this. We're using circular finder patterns and like a heart-shaped dot. Is it working? Can I scan that? Yep, that works. Huh. So it seems like the finder pattern must be one of the pre-established variants. But now I'm seeing this one is even more strange. Like it's a leaf pattern. The orange one. Wait. Yeah, I can. Damn. Wow. This is exactly what I was looking for. Star pattern. Wow. Now we're really getting somewhere. But it doesn't want to scan this. Interesting. Nope. Just doesn't work. It's maybe the colors are weird. I just want a black and white. Yeah, this is a really shitty website, but it was interesting that it can show me this. Okay, now it worked. This is very, very interesting, but that makes the problem a bit annoying because now we can't just use the raw ASCII output and process it, or can we? How wide and tall are the actual position elements? That's one question. Because I think if we can remove these and then add back the circle, would be interesting. Yeah, I'm a bit tempted to create a SVG renderer. I think let's try to parse the ASCII output and then write this as an SVG. Now I know QR code, the library has an SVG output, but it's probably too high level for us because it will probably just put out SVG rectangles, and I want to do that myself so that we can instead put circles if we want and any other shape. So let's do that. Colon here. Oh, well, I can't hardcode it here. Like this. Same effect, good. Now, I want to draw SVG. I don't know if you want to do it manually or instead use the SVG create. Feels like a good idea to use the SVG create, but also we're probably just gonna do very simple rectangles and circles. Still, I don't want to do manual string parsing of SVG, so let's look. Oh, SVG composer. That sounds promising. It's simply called SVG. This looks good, I think. Yeah, this is probably exactly what we want, right? Yes. And so we don't need the parsing feature either, so does it have a feature for that? No. I think this is fine though. Dating. Is that the newest version? Yeah. Cool. Now I want a function that takes this ASCII string of the QR code and outputs an SVG string. So maybe we should parameterize the actual color, the block. Something like that. It's a car, and right now it's this one. Like so. I don't know what to call it. Maybe it's not ASCII. It's like render char QR code. Something like this. You will output a new string. Well, you don't really need to output a string. You can just write it directly to a file, right? Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, it has a save command. Maybe we'll just give it a file path. So return nothing, basically. Okay. So now we probably want to, yeah. We probably want to loop through these dots, and what do we want to do? We want to like strip out the location elements so that we just get the raw data. And then we want to add, we want to strip out those and then just draw them. Actually, first step, let's just try drawing this QR code as just a bunch of rectangles in the grid. SVG rectangles, yeah. Let's do that. So we can split the string by lines. Yes, iterator. Actually, we can do. Can we just do this? Do we want an SVG output string that we can mutate? It seems easiest for now. I mean, we could maybe do this with an iterator, but I'm too lazy for that right now. Let's just do an old-fashioned procedural mutation thingy. Because the... Oh no, we're not gonna... Interesting. We're not going to use strings here. We're going to use the actual typed SVG document. That's nice. But still, am I going to mutate it or what am I going to do? Am I going to add multiple paths? Not sure at all. I can have a mutable document. Use SVG. Oh, it's not detecting. That's not so nice. Why not? Oh, I didn't save the file. No, I didn't. Yep, it exists now. Great. Can you do mutations here? You can do a dot set, but I think that's a builder pattern, not like a mutation in place. It returns a new self. Yeah. I think you're supposed to... Yeah, I don't think we need to create this document here. We can do it down here when we have all the rectangles, or will they be paths? Is there such a thing as an SVG path? Oh, sorry, no. Is there such a thing as an SVG rectangle? I feel like I recognize that, because in that case we can have like all the rects be in a vec and kind of mutate this vec. Let's try to create a rect. Is there such a thing as rect, first of all? Rectangle. It looks to be that. Yep. That's nice. How does this work then? A rect element. I don't like W3. I like the MDN more. SVG rect. X, Y with height. Good. That's perfect. Is this how you do it? You do a dot set? That's kind of ugly. Looks to be like that. Really? You have to use a string like this? So we're gonna loop through all the lines, and that's the y coordinate. And then we're, inside each line, we're gonna loop through all the characters, and that's the x coordinate. So it's a double nested for loop here. Chars. I think it's okay to do that. So we're gonna have to enumerate this. I think. I don't like using single character things. Can I call it the character? Wait. Yeah, sure, let's call it the character, because we're only gonna check, is it the QR code dark color or not? So we're gonna set the X position to this. I don't know why, I just feel like doing Y first because it comes first in the code. Then we're gonna set the X position to X. Wait, you're gonna have to impl into value. Okay. I don't know if usize implements that. Oh, enumerate. Enumerate, like that. Great. Oh wait, we're not gonna draw a rectangle if it's not the dark color. So if character, if it's not equal to the QR code dark color, just skip it. Else we're gonna create this rect. And we're gonna add it to the rects. Like so. Really? That works? I was surprised. I was just completely spitballing. Doesn't seem to complain yet, at least. Yeah, hypothetically, we've looped through all the characters now. Oh wait, do we need a new line? No, what am I thinking? No, we don't, because we're just placing rectangles. Do we need width and height, maybe? Yes. I think so. I don't know what to use here. A usize, I'm not sure why I would pick that. Maybe just a... At this point, just an U8, because we're gonna use small values, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just say that everything is... Actually, it's gonna be a square, of course. So, size... I guess pixels... I think it's... The units are still pixels in SVG for some weird reason, but it's still a vector graphic. I always like to use units in my variables, if it makes sense, but... let's not use pixels, in case it's not referring to pixels. Is it referring to pixels? The x coordinate, so it's just a length. Oh, you can use CSS units, really? Not sure if I believe that. Can you really use like font units? I don't know. Oops. I think I'll just go like this. Because then it matters, because we have to multiply this by the rect size. Oops. And then we set the width and the height. That doesn't work because it's a U size and this is a U8. So let's just use U size then. Who cares? We could also have done some casting or some weird shit. But I don't care. Let's just try to get something on the screen. What am I doing now? I was following the example they had. No. They had in the SVG here. You create a document, then you set the view box. And do you need to do that? Is it like the bounding box of the entire thing? Because in that case we may need to keep track of how big we've gotten. Man. Let's see. I'm just gonna hardcode it. I don't care right now. Let's see if it's... Of course it's gonna matter, but let's just hardcode it to see how wrong it is. Then we add the path, which we can create now from all the rects. Wait, no, it's not a path. No, we're adding... Ooh, we're adding all these elements, like the rect. Damn. Can I batch add multiple things? Let me look at the docs, maybe it makes more sense there. It's very lean. So what's the difference between adding and appending? Also the comment here is add. It feels maybe like dot append is, yeah, it takes a mute self. That's probably what we want then. That's probably what we want. Then we don't even need the vec of rects. Because what I'm thinking is maybe we can just do this. Instead of pushing it, we can just append it here. Please work. Save path, yeah, sure. The document. Unwrap this. Yes. Okay. Now, let's call this function with the string. And where do we want to save it? Let's save it to qr.svg. Oh yeah, great. Oh! Wait. It has all the rects, or maybe not all, but it has rects. And the view box, I think, is the issue. Look at this. Awesome. Let's just actually calculate the correct view box. Oops. Oh, what happened? There. So, how can we know the view box? It should be the last element. Actually, okay, I know of a shitty way to do it. Maybe it's not that shitty. Let's just create the max x should be input. Let's just do this. Get the first line and get the amount of characters in that line and multiply it by rect size. This is insane. And the same idea here is you can get the amount of lines and multiply that by rect size. And what order is this? View box. View box. The actual SVG element, right? SVG has a view box, which is min x, min y, width and height. Oh, that's what it means. Width and height. Width, so x, then y. We can call it view box width and view box height. No, view box height. Oops. Okay, let's run it again. Heck yeah! Wait, what? Why is it so squished? Interesting. Did I do this wrong? No, it definitely was somewhat correct the way it was. Why is it like this? Huh. Oh, wait. Oh, am I... I'm compensating here. Let's try this. Yes! It's still like white up here. Or is that actually here? Let's look at it from some other viewer. Yes, I think this is what you want then. I think this is good. Okay, so we successfully are rendering SVG manually instead of using the QR. Great for this. Let's do a commit here. No. Now, let's pick out and remove these location elements. I thought I saw something about it being 7 dots wide, but that's very much pulled out of my ass. Could it be 7 dots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, looks to be. So that means we have to cut out the first 7 characters. The first 7 and the last 7 of the first 7 lines. And then from the last 7 lines, we only need to cut out the first 7 characters. This sounds messy, but I'm not sure how to do this the smart way. I wonder if we want to partition the iterator first, or if you want to do this the Ooga Booga way. Let's try the silly way and just removing the first 7 characters of the first 7 lines, which if x is less than 7 and y is less than 7, you can also skip. Oops. Actually, what's better to use loop the viewer here, because I think it can live reload. Great. Wait, that worked? Did we just cut it out? We can just go ahead and watch exec this. Watch exec. Does it work like... Wait. Watch the source directory and run cargo run. Does this work? I think so. Yes. Okay, now it reruns every time. That's great. So, did I just one-shot this? Let's try doing a bit less. No, okay, then we'll see a bit of the application elements. Good. So that removed the top left element. I guess we can just hardcode this. If I think we can write like this. If it's the one of the top 7 rows and x is less than 7, or if it's greater than... No, wait. Shit. I don't want to have to do the math. I think we might need the full width and height, or the number of columns. Number of... Wait, actually it's a square. Am I stupid? Dot... num dots... let's just do it like this. Num columns this is great, because then I can just do the width is this and the height is like so. Great. Now what we're trying to describe here is if x is greater than the number of columns minus 7 or 8. Not sure about that one. It was 8, it seems. Good. Whew, okay, now that part is gone. Now we're just gonna remove the one down here. If y is above number of rows minus 8 and x is less than 7, then we also skip it. Finally. Great, now we removed them, so I guess we cannot scan this, I would assume. Yeah, this is completely unintelligible. Let's just zoom out and try it again. No, we can't scan this. Let's just bring it back to C. What the heck? I can't scan this either. What's going on? Why can I not scan this now? Ooh. Am I missing detail? Let's print this. Let's print this again. And of course we can't scan this because it's stretched. Great. Because then we need this compensation. And that fucks up the SVG, but it's fine. And I cannot scan this. Why? What changed? What changed? What the heck? Let's go back to this example. Keep it simple. Try to, oh no, I don't want that. Try to print this again. What's it called? This one. I can't scan it. Is my app broken? Yes, okay, it was my app. Let's try it again. Are you still working? Oh yeah, I need to uncompensate. Yes, okay, that one works. And what I wanted to prove to myself is that we cannot scan it without these position elements. We cannot. And if I bring them back one more time, let's just check. Oh wait. Oh, I shouldn't comment out that part. Only this part. Yes, okay. We have a working... We know that this SVG implementation works. Now, we want to cut out the position elements and replace them with the circular style variants, like basically this. And I don't know exactly how they're supposed to look, so we're just gonna have to eyeball it. So we need to add these circles where the location elements were. So first we need to find where we want to place them. And I'm just gonna check how do you even create a circle? Is there such a thing as a circle? It is. There's also an ellipse, but maybe we can just get away with a circle. And give it a center point and a radius. Sounds amazing. So where is the center point of these location elements then? I guess you could just eyeball it, like if you know that it's 7 across, you can just I don't like having these magic numbers here. Let's just name this let's name it location element size. Now here comes the unit confusion. Let's just call these pixels, so that then we can call these dots, and we know that this is 7 dots wide. So then we can replace all the 7 with this thingy. Or what do we call it? Location element size dots. As you can see, I don't really care about long variable names, or constant name in this case. Oh, here too. And here too. Let's see, did we break anything? It doesn't seem like that. Man, this is really ugly now, but I think this is better for maintainability. I can't think of a better, shorter name, but this is a very bad name too. So, should we really call it location element? Can we call it, what do they call it? Like a pattern? They're calling it a finder pattern. I like that a bit better. Finder. It's about as long. Screw it. We'll keep it. Let's just comment to keep the sanity. Bottom left. Top left. Okay, yeah. So now we can calculate the center of the, oops. Now we can calculate the center of these location elements. Oh, right, we're gonna do it 3 times. Do I want to do anything fancy, or do I just want to hardcode this? I think I just want to hardcode this for now. It should be a circle, which has the CX set to something. So the center X of the top left location element should be Can it be a float? Should it be a float? I think it can be a float actually, so let's not really worry about this. Let's just do location element size dot as f32, because then we can divide it by 2 to get the center. And we also need to maybe we want to do this in the integer world first, because then ultimately we can do this as f32 divided by 2. Should work, because then what we want is basically the same thing in the y direction, and in this case it's the same. And the radius, how do you, is that just the R? Yep. The radius, I don't know. How do we choose that? So let's just make it the same as the dots for now. Let's just look if this would work. And then we add this, or append it, or whatever, to the document. Boom! Looks to be about right, actually. How does it look here? Man, I have so much shit. Here. Should be bigger, I think. That's fine. Let's double it. No, let's multiply it by 1.5, but we can't do that because it's not a float here. Looks fine. We can probably make this into a function at least, and we can give it just the coordinates. So how do we draw the ring thingy? Is there such a thing as a ring, or... Because this is a filled circle, and I think... Yeah, you can give it a fill. But so basically what we want is a circle without a fill, but with a border. SVG ring. No, I don't. The ring shape, or a border circle, or what do you call it? No. Border. It's not. I don't want actual stroke. Could be what I'm looking for. I think that's probably what we're looking for. Yeah, this is really ugly. Let's just call this the inner, because we're gonna pull this out into a function soon. Call this the outer. And the radius is a bit bigger, but we're gonna remove the fill. So I think a fill of none, and then setting the stroke to black. Maybe this works? I have no clue. Let's see. Oh, it must be a float. Yes, that worked. Because then we can do a stroke width of something. Oops. Great. I feel like my code is getting a bit messy right now, but I don't care. Come on, now we're getting somewhere, I think. Let me bring it up again. Oh, the proportions are wrong. I think this should be, let's do it like this. Actually, let's do it like this. The radius here should be bigger. Like a lot bigger, right? Should basically reach out to the border of the page. I'm completely eyeballing here. Just throwing out random numbers. Actually 3 looks fine. Then the stroke should be bigger. I don't know if that will change the... Nope. That's starting to look good, I think. Yeah, let's leave it like that. And instead bring it out into a function. Oops. We need a function for this. Yeah, it can mutate a document basically. Append location element at a specific man. What do you want to give it? Not sure. Let's look at the code again. Oops, that's not the one. Here. Oh, I want this to be a really constant. So it definitely should probably take a mute document. And it should also... What should be parameterized here? The location, right? Yeah, we just give it the CX and COI and solve it. So this is a float, sure. Do it like this. That's fine. Great. Because now we can actually just use these values. Oops. Oh, where am I jumping? No. Boom. And the CY is this one. Oh, it's the same, right? Yeah. Yes, it's the same. We're gonna borrow it mutably. Remove this crap. And we get the same result, right? Great. So now we are just gonna raw dog this. So this one, we're gonna draw the top right one, which is how do you get that? You want to offset it. This is also in units dots. Because can we use what am I thinking? Feels so stupid right now. Okay, what if we wanted to go all the way to the right? Then we would just do number of columns times rect. Oh yeah, it's the same Y position. So let's use the same Y position and try to find out what the X position should be. Why can't we do this? Because the result is a it's a U size and we want an F32. Yes, okay. So that's not what we want. Instead we want to offset it back by basically 4.5 dots. Yes. We want to and what am I doing? Okay, no, I got a bit spiraled out there. So the problem now is that we're all the way to the right. So instead we should subtract 4.5 dots. Because this will be like something like 20. Yeah. Let's just do some crazy full floating point math here. Oops. That worked. But am I stupid or is this the way you do it? I feel like I have so many casting to F32. I don't know, let's just do with this Ooga Booga. Finally the bottom right. So in this case we have the same X coordinates. And it's the actual... Oh, it was that easy, but actually we're lying here. We're trying to use the number of rows. There we go. Boom. So now we have some kind of circular pattern instead. Yes, and it's able to scan. That's great. That's funny. Damn, that feels good. That feels really good. Heck yeah. Let's commit that, and we want to ignore SVG files, of course. No! Oh, I committed it last time. Shit. Man, feels stupid, but it's just a text file. But we made the location. Wait, did we add the entire SVG rendering or no? We added the location as render circular location. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Okay, what do I want to do now? I want to completely fuck up the shape. I want to do something really weird. Alright, it's the next day. I had a terrible sleep. Let's get this bread. So, what am I doing right now? We stopped here because we were trying to get a different shape. I need my phone back so I can scan this. So what's interesting is we managed to discover that this location elements can be shaped like circles for some reason. Probably that's in the specification, but I can't read it because I have to pay for it. Unless I'm really stupid. So, yeah, so I guess the next step is to try to make all these dots like some strange shapes, like a star or a heart, or yeah. Let's try to make them into hearts. Oh, that's right. I had a SVG heart, didn't I? That's what I was doing. Right. No, it was a star. This one, right. And yes, when we're trying to grab this path and just put it into here. Because you can do path new. Oh no, I don't want stud path. Shit. Let's just import like so. I don't know what the fill will be by default. Maybe it's black. Let's just try to set the data equal to this monstrosity. Wait. Yep. And then append this. Oops. Append this path. But I also have to shift it, right? Yep. I have to. Let's try running it. Watch exec this bad boy. Okay, that's the star. Nice. So we just have to actually shift it also. Is there a nice way to do that? Can't you just say that x is equal to something? Shit. I know you can wrap it in a group and like transform it, but that seems kind of ugly. I guess SVG transform elements, or translate it's called maybe when you push it around. Transform, yeah. Oh yeah, they're creating a group. This seems overkill. Translate this closer to what I want. Translate. Let's try doing that. set the translate to just a string maybe. What did it actually do there? If I just have one coordinate. Like what if this is 1000? Nothing. Maybe this is not valid syntax. It doesn't seem like that. We can open it in a browser to really look at the created document. Oh my god, it's not called translate, it's called transform. The property is called transform, right? Yep, okay. You can translate it like this then. That's good to know. So that will work. I don't love that. Because the shitty approach now is to use a format string here, which means we will alloc a string for every goddamn iteration, but it's maybe fine. So in here, we will give it the x coordinate. So, no, sorry, the y coordinate first. No, was it the x or y? Oops. X first. Okay. X times rect and oh, almost. Wow, it's kind of weird. Huh. It's like, did it place the top left corner of the star at every location? But we actually want the center of the star to be at every location. But, let's see. I am not able to scan this. So that's bad. We could also try scaling it. Can you do multiple transforms in the same thing? Rotate. Oh yeah. So it's separated by white space maybe? So let's try also scaling it down. Scale 0.9, does this work? Yeah. Cool. Ooh. Hold on. This looks good. Let's try to scan this. No, it doesn't work. Shit. Then that's sad. And what if... Let's compare that to the original rectangles. Let me try to make it easier to toggle this. It actually looks to be in the right position now. Just trying to get it to fill that as much as possible. Like that's probably too big because it's starting to intersect with the other stars. What about that? Oops. Okay, that worked. This works, I think. No? Yeah? This does work. Nice. Let me try again with the smaller one. No. It does not work. So there's like some magic point at which it's not perceived as a dot anymore. That's annoying. So I guess this kind of disproves my theory that it's actually sampling in the middle of each dot. Maybe it actually wants maybe it's sampling like a rectangle in the middle of each dot, and if the star is big enough, then this kind of a rectangle shape you can't cut out of every dot. So this also works. Yeah, it also works. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I'm kind of happy with these experiments. I'm not sure what we actually learned about QR codes, except that they can be very different, the dot shapes, and also these location elements can be different. I don't think it had to be a circle for this to work. We could have just hard-coded the rectangles stuck. Actually, let's try that. Let's try just hard-coding this for now. If it's up here. Damn, this is gonna be horrible. Let's stop drawing the circular location elements. Let's call it that. Append circular location element. But let's just stop doing that for now, and instead start drawing the rectangle representation here. This code is horrible. Sure, I'm just gonna do it for now. Copy the same code here. Oh wait. Yeah. We need to skip the very first thing we do. There we go. Are you serious? Oh no, it works. It's kind of flaky. I don't think it likes that it's star shaped, but it kind of works. Yeah. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah, this was fun. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Bye.